Welcome back. You're watching breaking news right here on CNN News 18. We're now moving to news coming in very interestingly from Kerala, where the Chief Minister Pinarayi Vijayan has written to the Prime Minister over the arrest of the Deputy Chief Minister of Delhi, Manish Sisodia. He said that the Central Bureau of Investigative's actions are questionable. Vijayan's further claimed that Sisodia is being targeted for political reasons. You'll remember that over the weekend we saw 9 different opposition parties, including the Samajwadi Party in Uttar Pradesh, the Shiv Sena in Maharashtra, the NCP also in Maharashtra, Trinamool Congress in West Bengal. 9 opposition parties in total reach out to the centre and accuse the centre of exactly this. Now, as you can see, Pinarayi Vijayan from Kerala reaching out to the Prime Minister, urging the Prime Minister to avoid excessive action on opposition netas. Let's talk to my colleague Neetu Regukumar, who joins us. Neetu, we just flashed for our audiences for a second a visual of what that letter looked like. But can you bring us more context of exactly what it is that the Chief Minister has had to say?
Chief Minister in his letter says, well, clearly refraining from commenting on the merits of the case under investigation, he wants to submit that the arrest of Sisodia has lent further force to the argument about certain actions of the central investigation agencies. He says that it's a golden principle of natural justice that justice should not only be done but seem to be done. And Sisodia is an elected representative of the people and appearing before the investigating agencies in response to their summons. Unless the arrest was an imperative for preventing the impediments to the investigation, the desirable act would have been to avoid it. So the Chief Minister is clearly saying unless it was extremely necessary, the desirable act would have been to avoid the arrest. And he says that the guidance from the Prime Minister in this will go a long way in changing the present perception, which is reflected in the letter of important political leaders, including some chief ministers. Okay. Also talking about the emphasis on the principle of cooperative federalism. As we emphasize on that, excessive actions on the part of anyone concerned should be avoided.
Just stay with us for a second, please. Stay on the phone with us. We'll come back to you. Tom Vadakan from the BJP is with us right now. Mr. Vadakan, thank you for joining us here on CNN News 18. Mr. Vadakan, Pinarayi Vijayan, Chief Minister of Kerala, adding his voice to those of 9 different opposition leaders who've accused the BJP and the centre of the same. So I just want to understand from you, when you take a look at just the raw data here, and you take a look at the opposition leaders who've been underneath the CBI scanner, your party is quick to point out that, look, the Congress used to do similar before 2014. But that number, 60% of the politicians under the CBI scanner used to be from the opposition. Sir, that number has risen to 90% plus. How does the BJP continue to defend itself?
License to corruption is not the birthright of elected representatives. If Pinarayi Vijayan thinks that he can have an advance bail by defending Sisodia, he's mistaken. His CMO is being investigated. He is being a prime mover in whatever has been happening there. And today, birds with the same feather flock together. And this is precisely what is happening, because he knows he's under investigation and the heat is on. So if it can happen to Sisodia, the law has its own long hand. So this is a worrisome thing.
Okay.
And elected representative being arrested, I repeat, he has no license and it's not his birthright to do corrupt acts, which is being proved and investigated and is also sub judice.
Sure, but sir, you're going to continue to turn a blind eye towards the numbers. When you take a look at the number of leaders that are under the CBI scanner, it's a huge increase, 60 to 90% underneath the BJP. Sir, are you going to continue to ignore that data?
See, this statistics does not explain and does not let our Prime Minister talk in terms of zero corruption. He is and is going to look up at every inch of corruption and is going to take them to the cleaners. And that is happening. If the largest number of corruption happens to be from the opposition parties, there is nothing that Modi ji can do. Investigation is on. And the investigative agencies are, they are independent. They are investigating. And if If the data says they are larger, that also explains that the larger corruption has been amongst them. So how do you change it? It has to be changed by their own mindset. You see, these dynasts cannot be let loose and give them a license to be corrupt.
Okay, all right. Mr. Vadakan, thank you for joining us. I want to go back to Neetu Regukumar, who's with us. She's our reporter joining us from the ground. Neetu, I just want to understand from you, if we just take a step away from what it is that Vijayan has said in the letter, we know the 9 opposition leaders reached out to the centre. They wrote this letter to the centre in which they accused the centre of the same. I just want to understand from you, Neetu, from what I believe, Pinarayi Vijayan was not one of the signatories of the letter. Do we know if the Aam Aadmi Party had reached out to him over the weekend?
See, what we know is that Pinarayi Vijayan has always had a very close relation with Arvind Kejriwal, for that matter. Even when he went there, he had visited. There have been several visits. So he's known to be close to Arvind Kejriwal. Now, see, this is something which Pinarayi Vijayan has also been raising with the investigation into this gold smuggling, when several investigating agencies said he has also been alleging this, saying that it's not just investigation because they're trying to derail the policies of the state government, including the life mission. So they have been accusing the centre and the central agencies of these things. So this is something which the Chief Minister has also seen as an opportunity right now to reach out and to emphasize on this point. And we know for some time he has also been talking on this lines that the central government is using central aid for their political benefits.
Neetu, just bring us a little bit of context, because we heard Tom Vadakan say that it's because Vijayan is being targeted by the centre that he's joining in. Can you just walk us through the investigation that Vijayan himself may have been involved in over the last few months?
See, this gold smuggling case, when it was first, when first this case was there and when the details emerged, it was Pinarayi Vijayan himself which had written to centre stating that this is a deep issue and we need central agencies, whichever agencies you deem fit, to investigate into this. And so they, what the left is saying is that they were the ones who had written stating that this needs to be found out. But they are saying that the investigation was derailed, and before elections they just wanted to see if they could somehow tie it to the Chief Minister's office. And they say that the end user of this, or who this was, all these details, even after so many investigations, nothing of this sort has come out. Now, apart from this, this life mission case is something which they will have a concern, because today the additional private secretary of Pinarayi Vijayan, CM Ravindran, has appeared before the Enforcement Directorate for questioning. And in this life mission scam, his former principal secretary, M. Shiv Shankar, has also been arrested by the Enforcement Directorate. So this life mission is basically a flagship project of the state government, where they are providing homes to the homeless. So this Vadakan life mission project is one such project where, with the help of Red Crescent and funds coming from
Neetu, just stay with us for a second. Let's go over to Hannah Mola from the CPI.